Hi there everyone, welcome back. Do you have an interest to create your own personal portfolio website but don't know where to start? If so, you are on the right place. In this project video, I'm gonna show you how you can create your own complete, fully responsible personal portfolio website that enables to show your personal portfolio to the world using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. At the end of this project video, you will have a knowledge to design your own personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No prior HTML skill is required, no CSS skill is required, no JavaScript skill is required. I'm going to show you from scratch. Before directly jump right into the design part, let me show you the demo for this project. That's it. Alright, as you can see here, this is a navigation bar having a beautiful hover-over effect right here. And here, this portfolio website has 6 sections: the home section, the service section, an about us section, the skill section, the project section, and the contact section right here. That's pretty nice and pretty good. Here we have a beautiful scrolling effect right here. As you can see here we have the home section having 2 call to action button and social media link right here, and also an auto typing text right here. That's pretty nice and good. You see? Here we have also the service section, the service that I will provide for the customer. And when we click this about menu right here, it redirects me to an about us page right here. Here we have an about us page. This is the image on the left side, and here we have a nice call to action button. And when we click this skills navigation menu, it redirects to my skill section right here. This is the skill section, and when we click this project's menu item, it redirects me to the project section right here. That is pretty nice. And finally, we have a contact section. When you click this contact menu, it redirects me to the contact section right here. We have a Google map, we have email field, we have name field, and much more. We have text area right here and send message call to action button. That's pretty nice. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can create such type of personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Stick around. Before that, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon to be notified while I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. With that being said, let's dive right into the design part. Enjoy, right? Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the first section for this course. In this section, we are going to learn about how you can create the navigation bar section and the home section for this responsible personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now let's jump right into it. Alright, the first thing is first setting the folder structure. So here we have the folder right here, portfolio website template design. Inside this folder we have an index.html document right here, and a CSS folder right here. Inside this CSS folder, we have an image folder right here and style.css. So here we have, inside this image, we have two images right here that we are going to use as a background image to design this portfolio website. So now here we have inside image folder right here. Here are different images that we are going to use to design this responsible personal portfolio website right here. And here we have a JS folder that we are going to add custom JavaScript right here. Having this, now let's jump right into my code editor and open this file inside my code editor. In this case, I am going to use Sublime Text right here. Here we have the boilerplate for this personal portfolio website right here. Here we have the commands that we are going to add, and let me give a title for this project: make a responsible personal portfolio website template design right here. Alright, so now here we have an HTML document right here, index.html, and here we have a CSS folder. Inside this CSS folder we have style.css document right here, and then we have a JS folder. Inside this we have index.js document right here. So now the first thing is first, head over googlefonts.com and find any font family that you are interested in. In this case, I am interested in Poppins. Alright, so here we are, and then what we are going to do is select any font style and font weight that you interested in. Here we have select right here. Alright, and again select font style italic and font weight bold. It is up to you, right? Alright, so now what we are going to do is come over here and click select import right here and copy this link right here. Alright, now copy and come over style.css and paste this code right here. Alright, here we have. Now again here we have font family right here. So copy this and come over here and paste right here. Here we have HTML and body element selector. So the font size is 60 pixels right here. So now what we are going to do is link this style.css with an HTML document using a link tag inside the head element right here. So here we have the value of href attribute. So now again come over here and head over cdnjs.com and find Font Awesome link right here. So here we have Font Awesome and copy this link. It uses for us to find different icons that are essential to design our website right here. So here we have a Font Awesome link right here. So now come over here and copy this link right here. So now this is not necessary. I remove this. Alright, that's nice. Now again find jQuery link right here, copy this and drag a little bit down and come over here and add this link over here. Alright, here we have. Okay, first now let me test right here, and when you refresh the web page, here we have. So now having this, now let's jump right into the design part. So come over here and create a header element right here. Inside this header element, we are going to nest another div element having class name navbar. Inside this div element having class name navbar, we are going to nest the first div element logo and the second div element having a class name home container. We are going to create this a little bit larger. So now inside this logo, we are going to nest an h1 element right here, logo, and an order list right here. Inside this navbar, we are going to create an order list having a class name menu items. Alright, here we have. So now here is the menu links right here. Here we have the home. Here we have home menu, service. Alright, to save your time, it's better to add offline. So here we have home, service, about, skills, project, and contact. So here we have menu links right here. Having this, now save and refresh the web page right here. Here we have. Now let's jump right into to style this navigation bar right here. So alright, using this navbar class selector, we are going to add some property value pair. Position fixed, top 0, left 0, display flex, align items, center, and justify content space between with 100% padding 8 pixels from top and bottom, and then 7 pixels from left and right. 7% from left and right. And box shadow, let me copy this property value pair right here and paste right here. Now when I save and refresh, here we have. Alright, now using this class selector right here, menu item and logo, and then logo. Now let me style this logo right here. Color dark orange, copy this and paste right here, and then using this span element selector right here, color green, span right here, and then again what we are going to do is let me style the menu item right here. So remove the bullet point. To remove the bullet point, we are going to use this list style none. Here we go, right? Awesome. Now using descendant selector, menu item and align, display inline block, padding 5 pixels from top and bottom and 20 pixels from left and right. Text transform capitalize uppercase and color dark orange. Text align center, remove this color, it's not necessary from here. So now when I save and refresh, alright, first let me save again. Alright, now save and refresh. Here we have, right? Nice. So now let me remove this underline and add some color and hover over effect. So to do this, we are going to use this anchor element selector right here. So color dark orange, text align, text decoration none in order to remove the underline from this navigation menu. You can use text decoration none. And then now font size 1.2 ring, font weight bold, and then using a pseudo class selector hover. Now let me add a hover over effect over this navigation menu. So color orange red, border bottom 2 pixel solid orange red, and now add transition 0.5 second, cursor pointer. Alright, here we have. That's nice, right? Alright, now let me add a hover over effect over this navigation bar. So to do this, we are going to copy this and paste right here, and now add a pseudo class selector hover and remove this, and box shadow white, and then background black. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we go. That's pretty nice. Alright, we have just finished this navigation bar section right now. Here we go, right? So now what we are going to do is to create, so now we are going to create this home section for this portfolio website. So first we are going to use this element selector right here, header, and add a background having a linear gradient, having radial gradient, right? Having what? RGBA color code right here. So now here we have gradient. So alright, now remove this background image. Alright, with 100% height, 100% height instead of percent, 100 viewport height. And then remove this. It's not necessary. So when I save and refresh, here we have nice background having a radial gradient. Alright, so now here we have navbar class selector z index 100. Again, come over here and add background color right here. So background white, which is FFF, the hexadecimal color code for white color. And then when I save and refresh, here we go, right? That's pretty nice. Now let me add this text, this animated call to action button, and this image to the right side. So now to do this, come over here and inside the header element selector, we are going to create a div element having a class name content home container. As always, let me create a comment over here, website home section right here. Inside this div element having a class name home content, we are going to nest another div element having a class name content box. And inside this, we are going to nest an h3 element, an h1 element, and a paragraph element right here. And then we are going to nest a div element having a class name template btn. And then inside this template btn, we are going to nest an anchor element for a call to action button right here. Again, outside of this, we are going to create a div element having class name social media. And then we are going to create a div element having a class name image box. So to save your time, it's better to add all the content offline right here. Here we have, right? So here we have home container class selector having an ID value right here. Inside this, we have a content box. Inside this div element having a class name content box, we have an h3 element, an h1 element, paragraph element, and a div element having a class name template btn, and then another div element having a class name social media. Inside this, we are going to use to add different social media icons. Head over fontawesome.com and find any social media link, any icons that you interested in. In this case, I am interested in YouTube, Facebook. So head over fontawesome.com and find any icon as you interested in. So here we have, and then we have an image box. We have a div element having a class name image box. So here we have the image that we are going to use to design the home page for this portfolio website having a class name backside image. So now when I save and refresh the website, here we have, right? Alright, here is the HTML section. Now let's jump right into to style this home section right here using style, using cascading style sheet, right? That's pretty nice. So now, as always, let me add a comment right here in order to organize our code. Home section styling start from here. Let me say just like this. Alright. Again, using this home container class selector and content box right here, home container display flex align item center, justify content, space around, and padding 10 pixels from top and bottom and 5% from left and right. And then gap 5 rim. So again, using this class selector content box, flex 1 1 and flex basis 50 rim, color white, flex wrap. And then here we have another class selector which is image box. So now here we have the flex grow and flex shrink and then flex wrap, flex basis having 30 rim. So now come over here and then here we have right image box. And now let me style this image. So in order to style this image, what we are going to do is using this class selector so first when I save and refresh, here we have right, it's not pretty nice. So now let me add another property value pair. So using this image element selector right here, let me style the width of this image. So width equals to 100%, right? And having this, when I save and refresh the web page, the same. Alright, what could be the reason? Alright, what could be the reason? Right here we have, right? That's pretty nice. So now again using this H3 element selector, now let me style the element which is found inside the div element having a class name content box. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's pretty nice. And then here we have an element which is found inside Q element selector and which is found inside content box div element right here having class name content box. So now color aqua font size 1.7 rem. So when I save and refresh the web page, here we go. That's pretty nice. So now using this element selector H1 right here, using descendant selector H1 and a class selector content box, any element which is found, any H1 element which is found inside content box will have such property value pair. Font size 3.2 rem, font weight, bold, line height 5 rem. So now using this span element selector right here, color dark orange. So copy this and now here we have a paragraph element selector. Any paragraph inside the div element having class name content box will have such property value pair. Here we have a paragraph element selector, font size 1.2 rem, margin bottom 20 pixel line height. Alright, here we go. That's pretty nice. Now let me style this image right here. So with 100% and border top left radius, bear in mind here we have a border top left radius 50%. That is the magic will happen. So when I save and refresh the web page, it looks like pretty nice. That's pretty nice image right here. Alright, it's amazing, right? Now let me style this call to action button and this font awesome or social media link right here. Here we have social media, right? Margin top 3 ring, and then here is a class selector social media, which contain social media links right here, and now add a hover over effect for this social media link right here. That's pretty nice. Alright, now here we have an anchor element selector right here. So now using this element selector, text decoration none, color right here, outline none, transition, color, points to second is in out. So now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? It may be pretty nice. Alright, now let me style this call to action button right here using descendant selector A and a class selector template btn. So display line block padding 12 pixels from top and bottom and 40 pixels from left and right. Color white background. Here we have border thin solid. Here we have background just like background color. Border radius 50 pixel, margin right 30 pixel, text transform uppercase. So when I save and here we have, right? It's pretty nice. Now let me add a hover over effect over this button, this call to action button. So here we have, right? Last child. So now using pseudo class selector, template btn and anchor a last child will have such property color, background white, border thin solid white. So when I save and refresh, here we have the last child. So again, now what we are going to do is add a hover over effect for the first child right here. Here we have background such property and then transition all 0.5 second. And then now add a hover over effect for the last child right here. And it is pretty nice. So when I save and refresh, here we have a pretty nice call to action button having a beautiful hover over effect right here. Alright, now let me cut out this and come over here and add a comment over here. It is reusable styling. We are going to use this style for the future in order to design another section for this portfolio website. So now come over here and paste right here. Alright, congratulations, we have just finished the navigation bar section and the home section for this responsible personal portfolio website. Hey everyone, welcome to the second lecture for this course that I'm about to show you how you can create a responsible personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is the second lecture for this course. In the first lecture, we have just created the navigation bar section and the home section for this responsible personal portfolio website. So from here, we are going to create a section element having class name, service section, and an ID value service right here. Inside this section element, we are going to create Inside this section element, we are going to nest an H3 element having a class name, section heading. And now, let me nest this service inside a span element right here. Alright, again, inside this section element, we are going to nest a div element having class name service container. Inside this service container, we are going to nest 6 div element having the same class name, which is service box right here. This is the cool trick how you can write multiple text in one time, right? Alright, here we have a service box right here. Here we have a div element having class name service box right here. Inside this div element having class name service box, we are going to nest another div element having class name service icon that we are going to nest, which is a place that we are going to nest font-awesome icons right here, which is found from font-awesome.com. Alright, here we have. So now, do you see this is a cool trick about how you can write the same code using Sublime Text right here. And then we are going to nest an H4 element and a paragraph element inside this div element having class name service box. So to save your time, it's better to add all the code, all the text offline right here. As you can see, here we have. Now, alright, here we have, right? Okay, here we have a service box, here we have an H4 element, and here we have a paragraph element, and here we have font-awesome link right here, which is found from font-awesome.com. So head over font-awesome.com and find any icon that you're interested in. It is as simple as easy, right? Just head over font-awesome.com and find any icon that you are interested in. So here we have, right? Here is the HTML part. Here is the HTML document right here. Alright, now having this, let's jump right into to style this service section using cascading style sheet, right? So come over here, and as always, let me add a comment right here. Alright, using this ID selector, now let me add a background color having a linear gradient right here. Alright, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice background. So as you can see here, having a linear gradient. For the time being, let me comment out this. Alright? For the time being, let me comment out this. It's not necessary for the time being. Alright? Again, using this service container class selector Let me add some property value pair. So display flex align item center justify content space between flex wrap gap 1.5 rim. So again copy this and come over here and paste right here. And then let me remove this, and then using this class selector, which is service box right here, now let me add the width for let me add some property value pair. From here the first property value pair is flex, then we having a flex basis 20 rim and width 100%, padding 20 pixel from top and 20 pixel from left, 60 pixel bottom and 20 pixel from padding, 20 pixel, 60 pixel and 20 pixel. Background having background color, which is right here, which is having RGB color code right here 255 255 opacity 0.1, transparency point, overflow hidden, background color. Here we have overflow hidden, text align, center, margin 0 pixel from top and 50 pixel, 30 pixel and 50 pixel. So now box shadow, border radius 10 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's cool and amazing. That is pretty nice. Then head over container class selector and add another essential property, which is z-index, and let me say having a value 1. So here we have, as you can see here, so when I save and refresh, that is cool and pretty nice. So now using this service icon class selector, let me style the font awesome icons right here. Here we have font size rim and color having such hexadecimal color code. Right here we have the primary color. Now when I save and refresh, here is it. Now let me use, okay, when I save and refresh, here we have, so now let me comment out this and add a background from here, white. This is the hexadecimal color code for a white color, and when I save and refresh, here we have. Again, now let me comment out this and remove background white from service box right here. And then when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Okay, now using this descendant selector H4 and service box class selector, now let me add some property value pair. Display inline block, color, margin 30 pixel from top and bottom and 0 pixel from left and right. Now display inline block is not necessary for the time being, and font size 1.5 rim and font weight 300. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice text right here. So using the pseudo class selector before right here, content empty bottom minus 50 pixel and left 50%, transform translate in the x direction minus by minus 50%, and position absolute. If the position for the child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. So with 50 pixel height, 50 pixel and border radius 100%. Here we have a background and then transition all 0.5 second. So having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, that's it, right? Alright, now let me add a hover over effect over this service box container right here. So background green, height 100% and transform till 1.03. So when I save and refresh, here we have a nice hover over effect. Now let me add some property value pair to animate this transition. So come over here and add cursor pointer and then transition 0.5 second. Now come over here and add Now come over here and create another div element having a class name service offer. Inside this div element having a service offer class selector, we are going to nest three three div elements having a class name service facts right here. Alright. Now inside this we are going to nest an h3 element and a span element right here. So now to save your time, it's better to add offline, right? That's it. Here we have a tree element, here we have a span element right here. Now this is the HTML part. So having this, when I save and refresh the web page, here is it. Now first let me style this h3 element with having a section heading class selector right here. Here we have an h3 element having class name section heading. So using this class selector, now let me add some property value pair. Since this is reusable, since we are going to use this code in the future, now come over here and add this over here, right? Alright, here we have section heading class selector, text align center, padding top 20 pixel, margin bottom to rim, and padding bottom 20 pixel, font size 2.5 rim, which is 2.5 times the global font size, and color gray. And then using this span element selector, color orange red. So now over here, section heading before content empty position absolute. If the position absolute from here, the position for the parent element should be relative, right? And then bottom minus 10 pixel left 50% transform translate in the x direction by minus 50% background. Here we have a background, so having this, when I save and refresh, here is it, beautiful h3 element or section heading. Text align also center, right? So now let me comment out this. Alright, here we have a service section having a background color. That's pretty nice. And now using this paragraph element selector right here, let me add some property value pair to style any paragraph element which is found inside service box class selector right here. So color white, that's it. So now using this class selector service offer, let me add some property value pair right here to style any element which is found inside service or inside a div element having a class name service offer, display, flex, align item, center, justify content, also center, and gap 5 rim, background having a linear gradient, and background size cover background image right here having a linear gradient just like this. Here we have the image that we are going to use as a background, right, which is found inside img folder. So background position also center, right? And again, using this service fact class selector, now let me add some property value pair. Flex 1 1 30 rim, which is the flex base equals to 30 rim, and flex wrap text line center. And then again, using this h3 element selector right here, let me add some property value pair. In this case, I am going to add font size 3 rim. So again, over here, what we are going to do is using this span element selector, which is found inside a div element having class name service fact. Let me style this right here. So font size also 1.2 rim. Color, this is the primary color for this website design. And now having this, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice h3 element and paragraph element having a linear gradient background image right here. So now let me add a color over here. Color white. So save and refresh. That is pretty nice. And alright, and then using this element selector right here section, now come over here and paste right here since we will use this in the future, and then section padding 2% from top and bottom and 5% from left and right, and then min height 100 viewport height. That's good. And then when I save and refresh, oh yeah, that's good, and congratulations, we have just finished the service section for this responsible personal portfolio website. In the next section, we are going to create an About Us page for this responsible portfolio website. Having this, now let's jump right into the design part. Enjoy, right? Alright, here we are inside Sublime Text. As always, create a section element right here having a class name about us section and an ID value about. Alright, inside this section element, we are going to nest an H1 element, an H3 element having a class name section heading. And then we are going to nest a div element having a class name about container. Inside this div element, we are going to nest a div element having a class name about image. Inside this, we are going to nest an image element right here. So now, inside this div element having a class name about as container again, we are going to nest a div element having a class name about content. And then inside this, we have an h3 element, h5 element, and then a paragraph element right here. Alright, inside this again, we are going to nest a div element having a class name about timeline. Inside this div element having a class name about timeline, we are going to nest another div element having a class name timeline item right here. So inside this again, we are going to nest a div element having a class name timeline left we have an h6 element having class name timeline period, and over here we are going to create a div element having a class name divider right here. So now copy this and come over here and paste right here, and now change the class name from left to right, and then now change also this class name timeline into time title right here. So you can assign any name as any class name as you interested in. It's up to you, alright. Now copy this and then paste right here as much as you need. Alright, for the time being I copy this. Alright, it may be 4 or 5 times, it's up to you, right? So now outside of this we are going to nest a div element having class name template btn. Inside this we have one call to action button right here. So to save your time, it's better to add all the code offline. So alright, here we have. Now let me divide. So to see it clearly, let me give a comment right here. Alright, now let me give a comment right here. Let me say about me. That's it. So now using here we have an h3 element, have a class name section heading, and here we have an image. So we have an image directory right here. The image is found inside the image folder right here. Alright, this is the image. So now here we have h3 element, h5 element, and paragraph element. And then here we have about timeline class selector. Inside this div element having about timeline, we have a div element timeline item, and inside this div element we have a div element having a class name timeline left, divider, and timeline right. That's it. So now this is not necessary. Remove. So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have. Alright, here is the HTML section for this About Us section. And then now what we are going to do is using this class selector about container and add some property value pair. Alright, here we have a class selector about container, and the first property display flex align items flex start, and justify content space between gap, let me say 2.5 rem, which is 2.5 times the global font size. In this case the global font size is 60 pixels. So now flex wrap and padding top 30 pixels and padding bottom also, let me say 40 pixels. That's it. So copy this and paste right here and remove this property value pair, and then using this class selector right here about image, so copy this class selector and come over here and paste right here. So now flex 1 1, here we have flex base 30 rem. Again copy this and paste right here, and then using remove this and change 30 to 40 rem. So now what we are going to do is here we have an about content, a div element have a class name about content class selector. Alright, having this When I save and refresh the web page, here we have, that's it, right? Alright. Now again, copy this and paste right here. Again, using this img element selector right here, let me style this image right here. So using this element selector img and border radius, border top left radius 50%. That is it. So save and refresh. That is it, right? That's pretty nice and pretty cool. And then using this element selector again, first copy this and paste right here. And now let me style and the text which is found inside this H3 element right here. Font size 1.5 rem, line height also 1.5 rem. So copy this again and paste right here. Now let me style the text which is found inside this span element right here. So now using this element selector right here, span and add color right here, font color. Now here we have our primary color for this website. So now copy and paste right here. Alright, again copy this and again using this H5 element selector. Now let me style this text. Padding top 10 pixel. And then copy this and paste right here. And now using this span element selector, color, that's it. So now save and refresh the web page. Here is it. That's pretty nice. Okay, now let me style the text which is found inside this paragraph element right here. So using P element selector, let me add some property value here. Line height 1.5 rem, padding bottom 50 pixel, padding top 10 pixel. Save and again. That's it. Nice. So using this class selector right here, about timeline and timeline item right here. Now let me add some property value here. Display flex, align item, flex start, justify content, space between, flex wrap. Save and refresh. Here is it. Alright. So now again using this class selector right here, timeline left, flex 150 rem and padding bottom 60 pixel. Having this, when I save and refresh, here is it. That's pretty nice. Okay. Last child, padding bottom 0. And then we have a divider. We have a div element, have a class name divider. So now using this class name, we are going to add some property value here. Here we have position absolute top 0 and left 25%, bottom 0, and width to pixel flex 1 rem. So now if the position for this child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. In this case, the parent element is a div element having a class name timeline item right here. So now come over here. And add position relative. That's it. So save and refresh. Here we have a divider line. That's pretty nice. And again, let me add a style for this divider line. So here we have after, and then content empty display block, margin top 4 pixel, margin left negative 8.5 pixel, and width 12 pixel, height 12 pixel, border 3 pixel solid, and primary color. So now background white, and then here is it, a beautiful divider line right here. That's pretty nice and pretty cool. So now using this class selector timeline right, here we have a timeline right class selector. Now let me style this. So flex 1122 real. Having this, when I save and refresh, that's good. Alright. So now let me style this, the text which is found inside H6 element selector, font size 1.2 rim, line height. That is pretty nice. Oh yeah. Now using descendant selector H6 and timeline right, font size 1.2 rim, line height 26 pixel, and color gray. So save again and refresh. Alright, here we have. Alright, now let me change the background color. So here we have an HTML and body selector. Now over here, let me add a background and the font color right here. Font color white, outline 0, and overflow in the X direction hidden, and background having a linear gradient right here, and letter spacing 1 pixel and line height 10 pixel. That's it. So when I save and refresh, here we have a nice about us section right here. That's pretty nice and pretty good. So what are you waiting for? If this content is valuable, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell icon to be notified when I come out a daily programming training video just like this one. In the next episode, we are going to create a skill section for this responsible portfolio website. Here we have what the skill section will look like, right? Alright, welcome back. This is the fourth episode that shows you how you can create a complete responsible portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In this section of the course, we are going to learn about how you can create a skill section for this personal portfolio website, just like this. Alright, as always, let me add a section element having a class name right here, a skill section, and an ID value. Let me say skills right here. So now inside this section element, we are going to nest an h3 element having a class name section heading, and then we have a paragraph element, and then we are going to nest a div element having a class name template btn, and inside this div element we are going to nest a call to action buttons right here. So again, inside this, we are going to nest a div element having a class name skills container. Inside this div element, we are going to nest another div element having a class name skillsbox. So now again, we have an h4 element, and we have also a div element having a class name timeline. Inside this div element having a class name timeline, we are going to nest a div element having a class name timeline item right here. Alright. Inside this, we are going to nest a div element having a class name timeline left, and inside this we have an h6 element having a class name item period, just like we did in about start section. So here we have a span element right here, and then we have a div element having a class name divider, and parallelly we have a div element having a class name timeline right. And then inside this we are going to nest an h6 element having class name item title and a paragraph element right here. So now copy this. Here we have and paste right here and paste right here as much as you want. It's up to you, right? For the time being, we have two div element having class name timeline. So now to save your time, it's better to add all the code offline. That is it, pretty nice. So here we have, as you can see here, we have a div element having a class name skill container, and then outside of this we are going to create, let me comment out skill box right here. Alright, here we have an h3 element, paragraph element, and a call to action button having class name right here, template btn, which has a reusable styling right here. So now here we have a skills container. Inside this we have a skills box right here. For the time being, we have one div element having a class name skills box. All the elements are nested inside this skills box container, as you can see here. We have an h4 element, we have a div element having a class name timeline and timeline item, and then timeline left, timeline divider, and timeline right. So that's it. Alright, here we have. So now when I save and refresh the web page, that is it. Awesome. Now this is the HTML part. Alright, here we have a nice call to action button right here. Now using this ID selector right here and paragraph element selector, now let me add padding bottom 50 pixels. That's it. Alright, here we have the style for the call to action button. This was created on the first section of the course, so go ahead and watch that video first before directly jump right into this section of the course. Go ahead and watch that video first before directly jump right into to watch this video. Alright, again using this skills container class selector. Now here we have skills container. So using this class selector, now let me add some property value pair, a display flex, align item, center, justify content, space between, flex wrap, gap 1.5 rim. Having this save and refresh, here we have, and then here we have a skills box. So using this class selector skills box, flex 1.125 rim. That's it. Oh yeah. So now let me style this h4 element right here. The text which is found inside this h4 element right here. First, go ahead and copy this all the content which is found a div element having a class name skills box. So copy this and paste right here. So now having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's pretty nice. Doesn't matter, later we will change the text right here. So now let me style the text which is found inside an h4 element and a skills box class selector, font size, trim, color white, and here we have an h4, and when I save and refresh, this is alright. So now using this span element selector, let me add a font color right here. Here we have the primary color for this website. So now here is it. That's pretty nice. Alright, now using this timeline item, here we have timeline item class selector. Here we have a element having class name timeline item right here. Here we have also div element having a timeline item class selector. So now using this, here we have, of course, display flex align item, flex start, justify content, space between, flex wrap. Now this position for the time being is not necessary. Oh yeah. Here we have the last child, padding bottom 0. And then here we have a class name timeline left. So using this, we are going to add a property flex 1, 1, and 50 rem. Also, we have item company right here. So using this class selector, we have display block, margin 0, 0, and 4 pixel, font size 50 pixel, and line height 26 pixel. So save and refresh. Alright, here we have. Now using this class selector divider right here, now let me draw a line, a vertical line. So to do this, we have position absolute, top 0, left 25%, and bottom 0. If the position for the child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. In this case, the parent element is a div element having a class name timeline item. So flex 1 rem and height 100% background. Here we have a primary color. That's it. Awesome. Now here we have a vertical line. So now let me add a circle. Let me style this vertical line. So content empty display block, margin top 4 pixel, margin left minus 8.5 pixel, and width 12 pixel, height 12 pixel. So here we have a circle right here. That's pretty nice and pretty good. Alright, and border radius as you can see here 50%. So now using this timeline right class selector, let me style this. So we have a flex 1, 1, and 22 rem. That is it. Here we have timeline right, timeline left, and divider. So when I save and refresh, that is pretty nice. Alright, here we have. Now let me style the paragraph which is found inside a div element having a class name timeline right class selector, font size 30 pixel, and line height 26 pixel. So having this, save and refresh. Here we have, right? Now here we have item period and item title. So using these two class selectors, now let me add the font color for this text right here. That is good. Alright, here we have the demo. So now what we are going to do is come over here so this is not necessary to create just like this, This is not necessary, so remove this. Alright. So now we have an H4 element right here, developing skills. So like I said, to create such kind of progress bar, alright, we remove the text right. We have to remove the text right here. Alright, now let me create the progress bar. Alright, now let me show you how you can create this progress bar. So now to do this, let me create a development having class name right here, single skill. And then inside this development having class name, single skill, by the way, you can assign any class name as you interested in. It is up to you, right? Don't worry about the class name. Alright, here we have a development having class name single skill. Inside this we have a development having skill bar title and skill bar person and also a skill bar. So now having this, when I save and refresh, here we have. So having this, now copy and first let me add a comment right here. So now having this, copy and paste as much as you want. Paste right here and paste right here and paste right here and also paste right here one more times. For the time being, it is better, right? It is enough. So now let me change the text and the percent right here. The skill in percent right here. Here we have CSS, here we have JavaScript and Python and MySQL. Alright. So first let me save and refresh the web page. Here is it. That's good. So now to save your time, it's better to add offline right here. Here we have, right? Here we have HTML. So now copy this comment right here, and now to understand it better, now let me add over here. We have elements which is found a development having class name single skill right here, and then here we have my SQL and skill bar in percent 30% right here. Alright, and here we have Python, and now for the time being, of course, yeah. Oh yeah, when I save and refresh, that's it. This is the HTML part. Now let me style this. Now here we have single skill and we have skill bar title. We have also skill bar. So now float left for title, float left. It doesn't matter whether you say float left or not, it doesn't matter. Over here we have a single skill and having a margin bottom 20 pixel. So here we have last child, margin bottom 0 for the last child. In this case the last child is skill bar. Alright, here we have. So now using this skill bar, let me add some property value pair. For the time being, this position is not necessary. We will add it in the future. So margin top for pixel width 100%. Here we have a skill bar right here. So remove this clear fix, it is not necessary. You can remove this clear fix, it is not necessary, right? Height 10 pixel and transition 0.5 second linear and transfer transition property. So now that is it. Here we have the progress bar. Here we have a skill bar. So we have skill bar having position absolute, top 0, left 0, height 100%, and width 100% also, and background. Here we have a primary color. So if the position for this absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. In this case, the parent element is a skill bar, a div element having a class name skill bar right here. So when I save and refresh, nothing will display right here. So now, what is the parent element? Here is it. So come over here and add position relative. Alright. Now save and refresh. Here we have a progress bar. That's pretty nice and pretty good. Now using skill bar percent class selector color, here we have skill bar percent and text align right. Oh yeah. So save and refresh. Here we have awesome text align in the right direction right here. That is pretty cool. So we have alright, so we have just finished. So we have just finished the first part for alright. We have just finished the first part of this skill section. The only thing left is copy and paste right here. So now the only thing left from us is copy this, copy all the element which is found inside. Here we have a skills box. Here we have a skills box, so copy all the element which is found inside a skills box container and come over here and paste right here. So our goal is to design this experience and design skills right here. So here is our goal. So now copy all the code which is found inside this skills box, which is found inside the div element having a class name skills box. And now here we have. So now when I save and refresh, that's it. Okay, the only thing expected from me and you is to change the text right here. The rest is similar. So now copy and paste all the text right here. Take time and copy and paste. Now come over here, XYZ University, company name, XYZ University, and paste right here, and copy this again, and paste right here. Here we have Astu University, alright. So, when I save and refresh, here is it. That is pretty nice. So now, let me style this design. Alright, having this, when I save and refresh, here we have, alright? That is pretty nice. Now, congratulations. Okay, congratulations. We have just finished this skill section. So now, in the next episode, we are going to create the project section or the portfolio section of this personal portfolio website. Thank you for watching. I will see you in that video. Before that, if this content is valuable, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to be notified while I come out a daily website development training video just like this one. With that being said, thank you for watching. I will see you in the coming episode. Until then, bye for now.